Hello! So it's that time of year again, it's the festive season, and one of my favourite things about Christmas is Christmas movies. Now, if you've exhausted all of the sort of classic movies and you like your horror like me, then this is a list for you. So this is going to be 10 Christmas horror movies, and I've got to say there's going to be something for everyone here. Every kind of horror genre is going to be covered, so hopefully you'll find one that you haven't seen and that you're going to enjoy. So first up is a movie called The Retaliators. Now this is quite an intense revenge thriller, and this is about a pastor whose daughter is murdered, and he's given the opportunity to take revenge on the killer. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of The Tortured, if you've seen that horror movie. But this time he's allowed to sort of do what he wants to the killer, but he's not allowed to kill him. And as the story unfolds, it kind of introduces this pastor to an underworld that is sort of built around retaliation and revenge. So it has a few good twists and turns, but yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was cool. It had some good action in it as well. So if you're a fan of sort of quite intense action horrors, then this one's for you. So next up we have a movie called Better Watch Out, and this one is kind of like a home invasion horror, but with a little twist and a little bit of comedy thrown in there as well. So this is all about a babysitter who's looking after two teenage boys who are very much into horror, and her boyfriend starts to stalk her, and she starts to believe that he's after her. It becomes like more of a home invasion thing, but when I was watching it I said to myself, well, this looks like The Strangers mixed with Home Alone, and then when I watched the trailer afterwards, that is exactly how they described it, so points for me, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. There's some very silly moments in it, there's some great kills, but also the main characters, especially the young boys, just give it a really great performance. They just get very unhinged quite quickly. So yeah, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more lighthearted but still has a good kill count, then yeah, check this one out. So now we have a movie called The Apology, and this one, as far as I'm aware, is a Shudder exclusive, and it is about a sort of recovering alcoholic. 20 years after the disappearance of her daughter, she goes to a remote home to celebrate Christmas with her family. Now a storm strikes and they're all kind of trapped in this home, which seems to happen a lot in holiday movies, and basically a lot of secrets get uncovered, and the story, it's quite a sort of slow burn, and becomes sort of more of a tale of who you can trust and how long you can keep a secret for. So yeah, I really like this one. As I say, it's quite a slow burn, so it's not going to be sort of out and out horror all the time, but I just found it really gripping, quite tense, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. So check out The Apology. So sticking with the theme of getting sort of stuck in a storm in a remote place, this one is called The Lodge. Now, this movie, again, this one is quite a slow burn, very intense, but has some good twists in it. I really like this. So this one is about two kids who are being forced to spend time in a lodge over Christmas with their father's new girlfriend, who they do not get along with. Now, the kids start to mess with the new girlfriend, and they also start to uncover some secrets about her past, which makes them more intent on kind of trying to mess with her. It's a very psychological horror. This one again is a little bit of a slow burn, but I really enjoyed this. It's got a bit of a twisted ending to it. So yeah, if you can find The Lodge, yeah, definitely check this one out. It's great. So next up we have a movie called Silent Night. Now this one is from 2021. There are a few movies called Silent Night, but I'm talking about this one, and it stars Keira Knightley and Matthew Good, who was amazing in Stoker. So this one is sort of ensemble cast. Again, it's a family that are sort of stuck in a home at Christmas time, a really big family, and it's quite a dark comedy. It's a very, very strange vibe to this one, and I quite enjoyed it. I found it quite refreshing, but this one has an undertone of basically a sort of killer gas cloud is on its way, and it's sort of tearing through parts of the world, and so it almost has like an apocalypse feel to it, where the sort of impending doom is coming, and everyone basically handles it in different ways, very, very different ways. But I really enjoyed this, and I have to say it's got some very funny performances and a great script to it as well. So if you can find this one, Silent Night is great fun. So now we have a movie called Red Snow, and this one is for all the vampire fans out there, because I know we've got a couple that follow this channel. This one is about a vampire novelist, a romance novelist, who actually gets to meet and fight off actual vampires. This one, again, is a kind of B-movie vibe. It's sort of very low budget, but very fun, very campy, very colourful. And I found it just a lot of fun. I do enjoy vampire movies anyway, most of the time. So this one was just a bit of a fresh take in terms of it being like a holiday movie. And also because of the sort of, vampires coming to life kind of thing. I really enjoyed this. So Red Snow, go and find it. It's good fun. So now we have a movie called Wind Chill, and this one stars Emily Blunt, who I could watch in anything. I think she's great. But this one, she has an American accent in it, and it's not questionable. But I really, really enjoyed this one. So this is about a student played by Emily Blunt, and she has a car share, hitches a ride home with essentially a stranger who she thinks is a stranger. And this guy seems to actually know quite a bit about her. They take a detour and crash and get kind of stranded, which again seems to be a bit of a theme in holiday movies. And they realise that where they're stranded is a sort of supernatural hotspot for really strange goings on and tragedies. Obviously, I don't like to spoil the endings of movies, but a lot happens then when they start to find out where they are. I really liked this movie, and very, very small cast, but some great performances, and just one that I think is quite overlooked. But it's a movie that I've seen around for quite some time, and only just decided to watch it, and really enjoyed it. So check out Wind Chill. So this next one tells you everything you need to know in the title, Werewolf Santa. I mean, it sells itself, let's face it. So this one is a found footage movie, and anyone that follows my channel will know that I'm a huge fan of found footage movies. So this made me very happy. Again, very low budget, but expected in a found footage movie. This is about sort of a YouTube channel, sort of ghost hunter type people who basically uncover Santa getting bitten by a werewolf and therefore becoming a werewolf, and they start to go and follow him and try and find him. This movie is only about 70 minutes long, so if you want something that's like short and fun, and it's just going to be quite a laugh to watch with your friends while you're having a few drinks, then this is a great one. Again, it's it's a bit of a B-movie vibe, but it's called Werewolf Santa. You know what you're getting. It's going to be a good time. So now we have a movie called Jack Frost, and that is from all the way back in 1997. This is probably one of the most recognisable posters or DVD covers on this list, I reckon. But this one is all about a serial killer called Jack Frost, who is on his way to be executed, and an accident happens, and basically he gets mutated into a snowman. So already sounds great to me. It sounds ridiculous. I've watched this many times over the years, and it just always makes me laugh. It is for fans of things like sort of Gremlins and Critters, that kind of humour, that kind of sort of silly monster humour. There's a lot of great one-liners in it. There's a lot of silly kills, and it's just a really good time. It's one of those movies that once you've seen it, you want everyone that you know to watch it as well, just to make sure that you're not dreaming. It's some kind of snowman fever dream. It's brilliant. Jack Frost, go and check it out. So before our final pick, I want to hear from you. So are there any movies on this list that you've seen? What did you think of them? Also, are there any sort of Christmas horror movies or alternative Christmas movies that you really enjoyed that haven't made this list? Let me know, because as you know, I'm always up for watching some new movies, and you folks recommend so many great movies for me to watch, so I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed recently as well. I've had a big spike in subscriptions, which is great. Somehow my videos have worked their way into the algorithm finally, so yeah, jobs are good and for that. But yeah, make sure you do all the sort of lovely YouTube things, like, comment and stuff like that. It helps my channel grow, but also it means that I get to get lots of cool recommendations from people, which I absolutely love. So yeah, thank you very much. So for our final pick, it's a crazy one. So this year in 2023, we had Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, which is basically a Winnie the Pooh horror movie. And that was obviously bonkers. But last year we had a movie called The Mean One, and that is a sort of Grinch horror movie. So The Grinch That Stole Christmas, but as a parody. This one, obviously, they can't use any of the names and sort of the IP of the Grinch, so hence why it's called The Mean One. But it's just insane. It's hilarious. I've really enjoyed it. So instead of Whoville, we have Newville, and we have the girl who watched Santa steal Christmas. 20 years later, she goes back to Newville, and she's all buff and ready to go, and she is basically gonna try and take on the Grinch, who is a serial killer. This one is crazy, and there's some really questionable CGI blood effects in it, but it's just a really silly, fun time. So it's one of those movies where as soon as you hear about it, if you know that you're gonna enjoy something that's sort of campy and silly, then you're gonna have a good time with this one. But yeah, The Mean One, Grinch, don't put it on instead of the Grinch, you might scare some kids, but yeah, obviously check it out if it's your kind of thing, because I really enjoyed it. It was such a laugh. So that's it. That's 10 Christmas horror movies. Now, if you go away and watch any of these, make sure you come back and let me know what you think. And also, if you have any recommendations for me, pop them in the comments. But also, last year I made a 12 alternative Christmas movies list. So make sure you check out that, because it has lots of different genres, not just horror, but there is a couple of nice horror ones in there as well. So yeah, let me know what you think of those ones. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good Christmas.